All right, well, peace, peace, peace. First and foremost, hopefully the Most High in your house shall blessing your day. By His mercies you are consumed. Yeah, I just want to go into something real quick. Actually, something that happened to me today, man. Honestly, I was wanting to get it on the other side too, on the inverted side too. You know, the fact that by His mercies you are consumed, and let's enjoy life like I'm doing to. Like I always say, like I always going to this morning, no matter what's going on, man. It's kind of going through it like little trials and tribulations myself. A little rocky point right now. It's not really that much, but still being alive, one, the most high house shot, and two, naturally alive. That's all you need, honestly. This Proverbs 3:8. As long as you got the most high house shot, hey, it is what it is, man. Things gonna be but that's where Psalm 62:8 comes in. But trusting him at all times, you know. But I want to go into some too, because also too, like I said about enjoying life, man. Because a coworker of mine, she just told me how her cousin passed away this morning, man. So it was it was just like crazy. I was just like, wow. I was just talking to one of the brothers in the Discord app too about somebody passed away. It's a rapper, Kyle, Brooklyn. I think he was from Brooklyn, underground rapper, legendary underground rapper, passed away too. But just seeing people that's all I say that, I say those things for a reason. I don't even say the word say it, but I'm saying naturally too. But yeah, but it is too. But that being said too, I just want to get into something, man, because I know I made the video the other day, kind of tied in, to bring things full circle, man. And, it goes into self-examination yourself, man, because, during my time working with youth, man, I learned a lot of things, man. And me, especially me coming to Word, I see why the Most High likens us to children, and, and the spiritual aspects of dynamics, man, because let me get this Haggai real quick, man, because, I got to think upon something, because I messed up today, man. In my eyes, well, it was a big deal in my eyes, but it was the fact that one of my favorite students, probably my favorite students, because I knew her from the summer school I was working at, summer program that did so happen. That's crazy. All the Lord that she at this new school, because it's a new school I'm at now, but that she was there and she recognized me. She still remember me, my first day there. I was like, oh my gosh, so yeah, I was like, wow, and her just being there, that was actually a blessing of the Lord, because I actively made myself better with the other students, just kind of knowing her, so I kind of stayed with her class and still do stay with her class. So, that was and even at the summer program, she was one of my favorite students there. But I did something that kind of upset her today, and that was really my fault too. So, yeah, because we got this little thing but me personally, let me get this Haggai real quick though. Let me get this Haggai real quick. Actually, I gotta go bathroom. I'll be right back. So yeah, man. So let me get this Haggai 1:7 for real quick for getting into it. So yeah, it had me self-examine more boundaries and things of that nature. It's it's like damn. Plus, I had a rough day anyway, but it's kind of made it worse, rather than a rough day I had, because I really didn't mean to. That's and it's all going to consideration. I think on both sides, and it's more just being considerate of people, man. I see some I still need to work on, man, because like I said, no one teaches that the Most High teaches, man, because that's when the video did about me being Mill's child, man. That's what the Most High was teaching me the whole time, was being considerate of other people. And I still gotta work on that to a degree, man. This things of that nature. But yeah, man, it's all about consideration of others, man. Honestly, consider other people. That's why I once had whole self-care. We talked about that whole self-care video yesterday. I talked about that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying in that aspect of how it's being pushed. Now I know to a degree, because I was looking at that yesterday, how self-care isn't really taking care of yourself. It isn't selfish, but but it's kind of breeding that to how it's pushed. But I don't want to get into too much of that. But let me get this to Haggai 1:6. 1:7. Thus saith the Lord host, consider your ways. So yeah, man, gotta consider your ways, self-examine, be think of that nature. I was just reading Proverbs 15 right now, and 15 and in the 15 and 10 per se, just meditating on that. It says that those who hate correction will die. And honestly, man, I was just looking up corrected. What does it mean? I know what it means. Of course, I know what it means, but that's always good to go into definitions of what things actually mean, because this is going to bring new light, because like it's like one was scolding, rebuke, examination, like flaws, well, it was a lot of definitions. If you go Google and look in the word of corrected, being corrected, things of that nature, and just like that, just like and not despise it, because just like you'll be a bastard if you don't, one, the Lord and the Most High house has correction, two, others correcting you, and like and life correcting you, man. So that's just is what it is. But yeah, man. So I had to kind of go into that, because like what pretty much happened is I scared her, like we could do this little thing, like she runs away, like she just like hide and things of nature. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna wait to get her. But I scared her, and she just went off. She didn't like that, and it's crazy too, it's full circle, because I don't like being scared. I don't like that, man. So she was all in her right. She didn't really go too far. She said, oh, I didn't like how you did. I don't like that you did that. And then she kind of, because when child, like she kind of wouldn't let me know, and I was like, okay, I kind of gave her space, but she would kind of look at me and follow me around, just to make sure that let her. She was trying to make me make sure that that I know that she's upset with me. So it is what it is with that. But but I thought, came to my mind, I was like, okay, wait, something actually traumatic could have happened to to her, man. Like she could have witnessed like a loved one die, or get shot or killed, or just don't like being scared. I mean, this is just like it's quote unquote October, quote unquote Halloween time, and that I don't like when they do those, like sometimes my mom send me those videos, or my homies, my homie or somebody else send me videos of like them in like in the mall, or in Rite Aid, in the grocery store, of those like little Halloween stuff, scaring little children, or scaring people, for one, scaring people for that matter, because like somebody might scare the wrong person. I've seen videos like that. You get knocked out. And two, scaring children, man, because you don't do that. I didn't really do it egregiously, but I was just like, told you I get you, and she just didn't like that. So yeah, I had to remind, because I don't like that either. So boundaries, things of that nature. But that all ties into full circle of what I was talking about, the other day, like we was talking about the other day about forgiving your peoples, man, because they're people too, like your parents, like whether your guardians, like whether it was your parents, your father, mother, or aunts, uncle, grandma, grandfather, grandmother, or maybe foster parents, or whoever, or neighborhood people that watched you, or whoever, older relatives, older cousins, or whoever, your friend, like you might have your a loved one, like your mother or father passed away, things of nature, and their friends help, and their friend help pretty much raise you, or help raise you pretty much. You gotta forgive them, because they were people too, man. They made mistakes as well, man. That's what that forgiveness is about, man. That's the oh gosh, she's gonna head away, but that's that forgiveness is about. But also too, I forget what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's what that about forgiveness, and like forgiving go into that Matthew 5 is about, and then other places as well. But also too, man, we gotta realize that our children, man. I mean, children, man, they're people too. Like they're people too. You can't just that's why if I'm about to get this in Iraq, but that's why it says what it says, man. So honestly, let me grab this. Let me get this on. Ecclesiastes chapter 41 and verse 7. It says, the children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake. So yeah, man, that's what I'm about to get into Ephesians real quick, man. Like, yeah, man, you can get certain ways, like, they're people too, man. So your actions affect everybody else. Like, I mean, of course, they're like the youth I worked with over years, and not my children. But, that's why I go into the whole spiritual father aspect of things, man. Like, because a lot of times some students even came up that have told me that, like, until I'm pretty sure y'all people, like, y'all brothers and sisters, like, have probably witnessed that, like, younger children in your life, maybe your actual children, or, y'all might work in the field, working with youth, or things of that nature, or some people grew up around with, yeah, their children pretty much, and they look at you as a father or mother figure. Like, that's where that spiritual father and, like, spiritual mother aspect goes into, like, how shall a spiritual father like Raziz or Paul or shoot, even to a bunch of it says Hilkiah, like, or Deborah was a spiritual mother. It's like all of that, man. Honestly, because students that said that, to me, and other people I know, like, that said that to them that I was working that I work with, man. So it's like, that's why, gotta, even though they're not like that, but you gotta be mindful how you treat them, and how you talk and treat them, honestly, man. Because this is how, like, we look at them. That's how the Most High. That's why the Most High in your house shall kens us to children, man. So that's why I work in the children, because they know how they act. That's how it's kind of how the Most High in your house shall looks as that, like, children and women for both as a nation. So that's why he kens us to the children of Israel, and like Jeremiah 6:2, like, Israel as a woman. But let me get this Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 4. It says, "And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonish of the Lord." I think admonish of the Lord. I think I spelled pronounced that right. Yeah, exactly. So it says, bring them up in nurture and knowledge of the Lord. Yeah, man. So he's supposed to be training them up in the faith in the Most High Yahweh, and in his law, statutes, commandments, and, like, his instructions. So, like, they don't depart from that. And also too, man, but don't provoke them to wrath, man. Don't do that, man. That too, because they're people too, man. Honestly, it's on the same on that side as well, man. You can't, like, treat them any certain type of way. Let's go to actually Sirach 4:30 real quick, man. Exactly, man, because because they're people too, man. It's just like, that's what kind of, like, with her, like, I was realized, I was like, damn, man, I shouldn't did that, like, it might, because she might be upset with me for, I don't know, Lord willing, this the rest of the week, or she might not want to talk to me again, or or children, they just go through things, might be upset, and they just, like, but also too, give them their space as well, man. Don't try to pick fights with them, or try to be over because you're adult, you feel like entitled to do that. Like, no, okay, I'll back off for a little bit. I did something like that, but also too, like, you got because what it is too. It's like, that's why you did, like, that Paul, like, it says what it said, the word, like, don't put anybody above what is written in that Corinthians 4, because, like, in children, they'll do that, like, well, people do that in just in general, in the word, outside the word, like, because in their mind, like, okay, like, they forget that they're not looking at that, like, adults can make mistakes too. That's why, like, I made that video, like, listen, man, whatever people did, loved ones did, mistakes they did, hurt they caused you, or actual pain, or actual real trauma they did, like, or it depends on really what it is, because that's certain levels of their things. But, you gotta forgive them, man, because they were just people. And most of the time, their upbringing, like, they still have stuff going on. But I will say, but it's still, like, in that, though, with adults, it's up to us to, like, overcome that. If you need to get one, seek the Most High in your house, and fellow brothers and sisters in the faith, as if you're in the Word. But even if you're in the Word, if you need to talk to somebody, a therapist, psychiatrist, like, one spiritually. Like, so, like Sirach says, how one counsel out of 1,000. But two, if you need to actually see an actual, like, one in the world, one in regular life, hey, do that. So, but even outside the word, like, do that. I recommend you come in the word, like, that's where your strength comes in. Like, that's how this is, like, this will heal you, like, like Jeremiah and as Wisdom Solomon Sirach says. But that's just is what it is, man. So yeah, man. But let me get this Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 30. It says, "Be not as a lion in thy house, nor frantic among thy servants." Just, yeah, man, how you treat, it's just your wife, or significant other, or your children, man. Can't be like that, provoke them to wrath, man. Honestly, man, that's just is what it is, man. You gotta be mindful, and it's all being considerate, though. Like, cause cause it's like how, like, we gotta be considerate of them as well, man. Honestly, we gotta consider it, like, but to a degree, because you don't, like, do it, like, but there's a line you draw, like, hey, listen, this is my household. It is what it is. Like, you don't like it, you can go. Because that's why, actually, reading, that's why, I mean, I don't know, I can't judge marriage because I wasn't fully there, but allegedly, like, with legendary R&B singer Brian McKnight. One of the brothers put this in the Discord app, and he wasn't wrong about it as well. Just like because like I was after like reading the story, seeing the picture of the headline, I was like, yeah, man, that's why we're not in the land now. That's not why we in Jerusalem now, man. Just like because because Brian McKnight, man, it was things like he was going on like things going on with his children, and he said, okay, and he pretty much said, "Listen, y'all can get out. Y'all can. I'm not dealing with y'all right now. I'm really not. Listen, y'all want to be like that and not listen to me. Y'all want to do all that. Pretty much, I wish I could see the thing." He said, "Listen, go ahead." And he wasn't wrong for that, man. Especially like that, because like a lot of times I know I didn't have a father like that. We didn't have a father like that. So that's why, because like a lot of times like the Most High in your house shall not like a lot not like that. They're not taking all that stuff, man. It's like, listen, you don't want to listen, you don't want to obey, get out. Like, as a lot of us they have fathers like that. This because it was this thing called unconditional love. Well, yeah, I mean but the Most High house has love is conditional. It's like, listen, if you do this and this and this, I love you. If you contrary, like what you say in Leviticus, if you walk contrary to me, I'll walk contrary to you. If you I love those that love me. So yeah, man, that's just is what it is with that, man. And a lot of us didn't. I know I didn't have father like that. A lot of times like I know other brothers and sisters don't either, but some did. Like, man, so like that's just is what it is, man. Because a lot of times, and this is another thing too, though. I mean, I don't get too off topic, man, because like too, because a lot of times too, in this current society's current captivity, man, like current world, like we're taught that all children, like all this, like this, like and they need love, they do need that, but that love needs correction, man. Like that is like with that too as well. You can't just like say all this placate to them all the time. Like, no, listen, all right, it don't matter. You don't want to listen, get out. Like that's what the Most High did with us, the children of Israel. Is like, listen, you don't want to listen. All right, I'm gonna be a little merciful with you, but because you can't, he doesn't because one man, I was in the Chinese store the other day, man. Elder told me this. He said, listen, he said you can't get upset or punish someone who hasn't been taught. Exactly, like and that was really OG. He really gave game because listen, you can't but also that goes back to full circle too of like how we gotta instruct children, train. That's why Proverbs. Let me get this too. Says what it says, man. Proverbs 22:6. It says, "Train up a child in the way that he should go. When he is old, he will not depart from it." So yeah, man, they had to be trained up. Like that's why a lot of times you can't get too upset about the state, of our people. Oh, it does make you sad, but it's like gotta realize people gotta be trained up. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. People gotta be trained up, man. Just like a lot of times, because I was talking to a sister like a few months ago, man, and she's like, listen, men aren't just men anymore. Which she had a valid point, like the way society's men and how they're becoming the like feminization or and plus too is the men aren't now the same. But when I was growing up, we got niggas wearing bonnets now and all types of stuff going. We all know that, but it's like, listen though, but when you push certain things on them that demonize actual like manhood, masculinity, also too, like without a father or men or even if you don't have father, like strong men instructing them, of course they're gonna be that way. I mean, of course, like once you come to the word, like the Most High the Most High your house child is gonna can mold you then, because a lot of some things, that my father didn't teach me that. I that certain men around me didn't teach me, but I'm still learning, through the word and other brothers as well, from other elder brothers or other brothers as well. I'm learning from the word, but also too, man. Well, what I was gonna say. Yeah, man. So that's just is what it is. But they had to be trained up though, because a lot of times that's what they say. Oh, I want to want the traditional man. Well, or men should be traditional things in nature. But a lot of times, shout out to Brother Assembly at Firstmore, men aren't, they're people, both men and women, they aren't going to do something that, because like the Brother Assembly Firstmore said, listen, if young Jake out here, if a young brother out here, his people's, his family, was in the streets, in the game, that's what he gonna be. He gonna be a gangster. He gonna be, if he's all here around, shoot, that's what raising Cain is about. And power just in general with Tariq Canaan. That's what when you raise him, it's all in you. That's what you're gonna be. Now it's always a choice, but like you can't fret or marvel when that happens, because like that's all you ever knew. Or like just like or these young like sisters out here, our young sisters out here, when they become like hoes and harlots, pretty much like that's like the most of the time they got older women in there that's training them to be that way, or that's what they are. So it is what it is. So that's like we really can't like downplay instruction, things of that nature. But also too that even with the women per se, like it's a lot per se with that. But because but I was saying too is like, listen, man, like it's not a Frankenstein, like it's not a Build-A-Bear. Like people have to be trained up in this. The words say what it say for a reason, man. Like of course, can you learn, get wisdom, understanding, and learn how to be a man, be a woman. Like once you came serve the Most High Yahweh, came repentant and served the Most High Yahweh. Of course that can happen. Like but that's why certain Ezekiel says like, as a mother so the daughter, or like Wisdom of Solomon 3, I believe, goes into like if the parents are wicked, the children will be wicked. Like so that's just is what it is though. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is. But it's all going full circle of like they kind of went on a little rant, a little tangent here, but yeah, but it's all, you gotta be considerate of them too, because I know I mentioned that like listen, they don't like it, about like be with children per se, but that's just like but you still gotta be mindful of that though, man. And plus to their children too, like they, you gotta be like level of pay, like that's why like working with children, like you need a level of patience. Just like the most there's nobody that has like let me grab this real quick. Yeah, yeah. Ecclesiastes 18:13. Yeah. Ecclesiastes 18:13. It says, "The mercy of man is toward his neighbor, but the mercy of the Lord is upon all flesh. He reproveth and nurtureth," just like that nurtureth it says in Ephesians, "and teacheth and bringeth again as a shepherd his flock." Exactly, man. So that's just is what it is, man. Exactly. So the mercy towards like and patience that the Most High and your house should have is nothing compared to what man had. That's why you need that dealing with children, just like the Most High and your house has that dealing with children, man. Exactly. But he nurtures, he patience, he has love. But listen, like and we habitually been, as the words in the late Charlie Murphy, habitual line steppers. But that's just it. That's just is what it is, though. That's the fact. Like that's why you need patience dealing with children, because they're know what they're gonna do. But the Most High is never gonna. You can't chastise a child with something that they haven't been taught, man. That's damn near abuse, man. Because a lot of times, like and I know it's too different. Like I know that everybody's temperament is different, like working with youth, things and that. But certain times, like that's why I try to be as patient as I can be. I could still get better at that, but certain times, like when I see like certain even adults like just yelling, that's the first thing to do as a teacher. Like I mean, as a adult or like a staff member, or there, like or as a teacher, because I said remember, like I was there, but as I was on an interview once, like back in the summertime, a few months ago, man, and they said, and this was very key, man. They said the school I was interviewing for on Zoom, they said, listen, we call here everybody teacher because you can learn here something here for everybody. That's the fact. But also too, what they said in the interview is that when you don't yell stuff like that, you're teaching children like self-control, having rule over their spirit. Like I said rule over their spirit, but that's what they're saying. Like just because like you're teaching how to self-control, because like if you at wilding out, that first thing you see like yo sit down there, like and we try to teach them how to have control, self-control. Like we're not like I'm not exhibiting those behaviors right now, so I have to have some level of self-control. Now there's a point in time, like if it's something extreme, it's like, all right, you gotta handle that immediately, but it's like, okay, cool, but you gotta be patient with them, because it ain't the Most High house the same way with us. So that's just is what it is, man. So but yeah, man, that's what I wanted to touch on that, man, because gotta be considerate, and like children, man, they're watching us. That's why, like they're watching us, man. Like they're people too. So so gotta be mindful of that, man. So hopefully this is edifying. Hopefully most of your house is blessing your day, man. That's really something like this word is a two-edged sword, man. It cuts me, man. Even that early, because it bothered me when I went on the way home. Because like even my little pride got in the way. I was like, yeah. If I was like, no, man, that's not right, man. I really like and plus, man, even if what you call him doesn't like want to talk to me. Whatever you do, here's the thing too with somebody, like, with people, man. Like, when you wrong somebody, listen. One, you should, like, we're commanded. Most of your house commands us to forgive. One, if they, of course, if they repent, but he commands us to forgive. But also too, if the dynamic is the same, like, after it is, if, like, you do something to somebody and they forgive you, but they don't really fool with you like that, or they kind of forgive you, but that relationship is different. Like, you kind of gotta wear that because at least you did it. But on the same time, on the other side too, you can't hold grudges too. Like, I remember talking to students about that last year. She said, "I hold grudges." I'm like, "Sweetie, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. That's just not healthy to do. Like, you're giving that person power, like, over your life, damn there. Because every time, like, now it's a balance. Because some people aren't worth the mentioning. Like, like, that's a little different though. I mean, because you're not getting a grudge. You're not bringing, like, there's not a grudge involved in that per se, or, like, grudge per se, like, or you not forgiving somebody per se, but that's a little different. Like, okay, that person I wasn't mentioned, but because like, you're going to had that hate in your heart every time, like, you think about it, had that grudge, man. That'll destroy you, man. So that's just, and forgiveness is so powerful. But yeah, man, that's just what it is. But we can't provoke the children to wrath either, man. We can't. We got to look out for the young ones as well and be example because they're watching, man. Honestly, like, I know this. No, honestly, that this is that they're watching us too, man. That's why. Yeah. So anyway, man. So hopefully this is edifying. So peace.